This is my home studio. Now, it doesn't have the best cameras, the best lights, or the best microphones, or laptops, or anything like that. Most of the gear here is pretty entry level, or just consumer level. But what if I told you that I've actually made over $1 million online over the past 5 years, making videos all from home? In this video, I'm going to show you all around the studio and discuss all the gear that I use to film these talking head style videos that clients pay me thousands of dollars for. Quick switch over to the nicer mic. Okay, so super quick disclaimer before I get called out for clickbait. I'm going to be honest with you. This isn't my first home studio. In fact, this is my fourth. Over the last 5 years, I've moved around quite a few times and built different studios exactly like this one, most of the time with exactly the same gear. But here's a quick backstory just to get you up to speed. So 2019, I started in a tiny spare bedroom which was about 2 meters wide and 3.5 meters deep. At the time I was working a full-time job as a studio photographer taking photos of clothes on mannequins for a clothing company. It just about paid the bills, but my savings were getting depleted and I needed to make money fast, otherwise within a few months I'd probably have to move back in with my parents. I always had this dream of doing music or photography or video as a business. In fact, I actually started with this camera here when I was a kid. This is my granddad's camera, who used to film home videos with it. So the love for video started really young. Video was fun, and I saw that I could probably get paid a lot of money for doing it, so I did everything I could to scrape together a small setup so I could start a videography business part-time. Literally, I didn't even have a spare penny to my name, so I had to borrow my girlfriend's ancient beginner DSLR Nikon camera that could just about film in 1080p. I spent my last 30 quid on the cheapest softbox light from Amazon and used a 25-year-old microphone that my dad gifted to me. Heck, I was so poor that I even made a teleprompter out of a shoebox. And then I went out trying to find some work, trying to find someone who wanted a video. I started by filming videos for bands, and this was great fun. But musicians rarely have enough money to get the bus, let alone pay for a video shoot. And hey, I'm allowed to make that joke, because I am a musician. With no real portfolio, no contacts, or anything at all, I had to come up with a way to get clients for my new videography business. That's when I had the idea to start filming videos of myself. I thought, if I could use myself as a test subject and get on camera, I would at least have the chance to play with all my new camera gear, get good at filming talking head videos, and also demonstrate to clients that, hey, I can actually do this to a good standard. And that's exactly what I did. I set up my camera gear every single night for a week after work, sat down in the chair, and I pretty much had nothing to talk about.
Set up a light, put 2 cameras on, and then have nothing to talk about, nothing to do.
Anyway, around the same time, I found out about Fiverr, and I saw videos online of guys saying that they made some extra money just filming quick video messages for other people. I saw that and I thought, you know what, I can do this. And not only can I do this, I'm gonna do it better than most of the people on there because I actually know how to film videos that look and sound great. So I filmed my first gig video and got my first order in about 7 days. And the rest, as they say, is history. In fact, you can watch the video, the first video on this YouTube channel where I literally documented that whole experience. Anyway, here we are today with a home video studio with gear that I could only dream about 5 years ago, working with huge global brands like Binance, Candy Crush, Mistplay, and even presenting for a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers. Anyway, that backstory's now out of the way, let me show you around the place. So we're going to start the video off by having a look at the cameras and lenses that I have. I know, ironic, the guy who's making money with cameras, and here I am having to film something with my phone, but it was the only way to actually show you all the cameras that I have. So I started, well, after the Nikon DSLR thing, I upgraded to this Sony a6500. So this was the first camera that I actually put money into. I actually started with the Nikon, I made some money, poured every single penny into that camera, which at the time it was around £800. Came with a kit lens. This isn't the kit lens, I've sold it since then. Upgraded to Sigma 30mm f1.4, which is a beautiful lens. I spent about 1.5 to 2 years with this. I upgraded to this camera, which is basically exactly the same, but it's the a6600. It just came with a few more features, most notably the flip screen. This was about £1,000 at the time when I bought it, and I dropped some money on this G lens, Top G, which was 16 to 55 f2.8. And actually, this is the camera where I've essentially made most of my money. I've been using this camera since 2021 now, and I've only just upgraded last week to the full frame camera, the Canon EOS R8. I've never gone full frame before. This was a recommendation from my good friend Andy.
Hey, I'm Andy.
Who also makes amazing looking videos from home and gets paid very handsomely to do so. So yeah, I made the jump to the full frame. No real reason except the fact that I wanted to see if I can make even better quality videos, and having full frame means that I can get a bit wider as well. So that super wide shot at the very beginning of the video, thank you, Canon. Okay, this thing's great as well because I actually run these external monitors so I can see myself when I film videos. And basically, Sony doesn't give you all of the information on the screen. Things like the audio and the record, it's not very helpful. So the Canon basically solves that. When you plug it in, you see everything. It's perfect. Lenses, we have the 24mm, which is great, all f1.8. We've got the 35, the 16, and the 50. Again, all f1.8, all prime. Very, very good lenses. Let's actually pick up a camera now and start filming some footage with one of these. So it's time for a nice little walk around. This is the space. Basically, this is an annex at the bottom of the garden, and underneath is a garage. So I have to say, it's not massive, but it's not tiny at all. It's a good space. Over here is generally where I film probably about 75% of my videos, because for the talking head work that I do, a lot of the time, clients want to see like the screen in the background with their logo on it. You've got the generic YouTuber style shelving setup with these very popular panels that you're probably seeing on all your favorite podcasts. Yeah, so I had to jump on the bandwagon with that one. Obviously, this is very, very simple. It's stuff like books, fake plants, fancy flashy ornaments. And then down the bottom down here, I've got a bit of a charging station where I like to keep all of my equipment charged up at all times. So we're looking at like camera batteries, lighting batteries. We've got the wireless mic set there, a phone. This is the desk setup. There's nothing crazy to show you. We've got a nice powerful gaming laptop here that has an i9. It's got a NVIDIA RTX 3080 Ti, whatever it is. It renders video, it renders 4K videos, super fast. I have no problems with it at all whatsoever. Now, you might be asking, why have I gone laptop instead of like a desktop tower setup? Well, I like these because I can control the fan speed, get it whisper quiet when I'm filming videos, which is perfect. I also like the opportunity to take the actual laptop with me if I want to go on holiday or if I want to go work for a day in another studio or just somewhere else. I can just take it with me and I can keep working, so it's no problem. Yes. The obligatory standing desk, which, I'll be honest, I haven't been using enough. I need to do it more. So yeah, that's a nice option to have. Okay, let's have a look at the shooting setup. There's nothing really fancy here. As I say, like I don't use any crazy expensive equipment. So, talking head videos, most of the time I'm sitting at a desk, and this is how things look. I've got the camera mounted to a teleprompter. And with the teleprompter, it's literally just like a tablet that has some software on it. And it allows me to read the text and it will scroll based on my voice. So I'm giving the game away here. Yeah, the beginning of the video, I scripted it. Most of the time with exactly the same gear. See, it scrolls. It's amazing. And then we've got this little cheap screen here. This literally cost me about £150. And yeah, it allows me to see myself when I'm recording, which is great. For audio, most of the time these days, we're on the old Joe Rogan.
Oh, pull it up, Jamie.
Signature Shure SM7B, everyone's favorite podcast mic, that as soon as you see one of these in a video, you must be thinking, wow, that guy's a pro, we need to listen to him. So I record with one of these. For lighting, we use a £130 light. This is one of the best value for money that you can find, a Godox SL60W. Literally, £130. Not expensive at all whatsoever. Softbox, about £40. Honeycomb grid as well. Heavy duty light stand, again, about £50. So in total, we're looking just over £200 for a very, very good quality softbox lighting setup. And now, yes, of course, you can get one of those huge softbox domes and they make the light look even better, but I'm used to working in these small spaces, so a smaller softbox, perfect. Now, filming green screen. All I do is I pick up this tripod, put it here, grab this light, twist it around, and then here's the green screen. 2 lights to light the back of it. I do actually also have this RGB panel light down here that throws some light on the background. There we go, so I have some green. But I can also use it to light the back of my head as well when doing green screen work. So the cool thing about, oh, do you know what, that's too bright. So the cool thing about this green screen is that It packs away really easily. Yes, I could do one of them ceiling ones and it pulls down, but this means I can move it around the room and film in different places if I want to, or take it on site somewhere and film green screen on site. So that's really, really useful. And then this also reveals another background set that I use to film videos. So what I do is I have a chair in between these boards and these shelves, and all of a sudden I have a slightly more refined professional YouTuber set too. Yeah, so this is the space without the green screen up. But quickly, what video studio is complete without your wardrobe? You've got to have your clothes all organized, clean, pressed, ready to go at any time. We'll look back here. Now, this used to be more of an audio setup, but you know, AI's taken over a little bit and I'm not getting any voiceover work at all. So I used to have like all the acoustic treatment, all the panels and everything on the wall, and this became like a little bit of a booth, but I don't really need to do voiceovers anymore, so I just rely on my video work. And yeah, since this space is kind of tucked away out of sight, I can play some Call of Duty at night without anybody knowing. And of course, in the back corner, we've got the drums. Yes, I did say I was a musician. This is where I blow off some steam in between shooting sessions. I go there, play some drums, have a good time, run back over here, get on camera, film some more videos, go play some Call of Duty, and then I'll go play the drums again. So this is a very rough example of how this set kind of looks when I film on it. Usually I'll use the 50mm or the 35mm with the camera further away, so it looks more like authoritative or like I'm presenting a course or something professional. Right now I'm just running the 24mm because it's wide and I'm super up close, so it kind of gives this more personal kind of feeling. It feels like I'm actually having a chat and I'm actually in the room with you right now. So this whole studio, I actually just calculated everything I spent on it basically. Now I want you to keep in mind before I tell you the numbers, I didn't buy everything at once, of course. I started with one camera, made some money with that, upgraded to a second camera, made some money with that. I've only just bought this full frame Canon a week ago and I'm 5 years into my journey. So anyway, overall, I've spent £12,225 on this equipment setup. That's including things like the 2 laptops, the monitor screens, all the cameras, lenses, the overhead mic setup, the SM7B mic setup, every single light that I have, the green screen, all the tripods, all the stands, little audio interfaces, and even these fancy dandy wall panels here. These are expensive. There's 2 panels there, they were £99 each. There's a third panel there, and then there's 2 more in my bathroom back there. So overall, £500 on panels, which is crazy. And then over the years, I've also spent money on other pieces of equipment that I've ended up throwing away or selling, but I don't have records of how much I spent there, but it probably isn't very much. Things like pop-up green screens, I've tried a handful of cheap microphones as well. I did forget to calculate these little bad boys. This was only about £160 in total, so call it £12,500, and I have this studio set up. And again, you don't actually need to spend that much. In fact, take away half of that and you've still got a good camera, a good teleprompter, some good lights, a good enough laptop, and you can make videos that look absolutely incredible. In fact, while we're on that topic, I've seen people make amazing videos with just their phone, iPhones, Samsungs.
Are you tired of erectile dysfunction getting in the way of your dating life?
As long as you've got good lighting, good audio, and a good space to work in, you don't need all of this stuff at all whatsoever. So, £12,500 spent, roughly, on the equipment. Yes, there's a few other things I've bought as well, like shelves, lamps, books, but like, hey, I'm gonna buy these things anyway because it's my house. So, over those 5 years, we have turned over $1 million selling video services from these home studios. This one we're in right now, I've been here for over a year now, and we've done about $300,000 over the last year. Last year, I was in another house, and in that studio, another $300,000. And then the year before that, I rented a studio in the high street in my local town for 1 year, and again, we made somewhere around $200,000 in that space. We obviously made money in that tiny home studio setup where all of this began. So there you go. Thank you for coming on a short tour of my home studio. Hey, if you're actually interested in working like this and making money, creating videos, then I actually have something for you. Click the link below or check the pinned comment and it will take you to a page where I'm running a free training on how you can get started. All you need to do is click that link, watch the video, and I'll point you in the right direction. Thank you so much for watching.